Hello, it's Monica Dubé, and just going live today to talk about why women under-earn, why we undercharge and under-earn, and we don't stand up for ourselves in the workplace, and often feel that we don't have what we need. I'm getting stripes on my face from the sun. But I wanted to let you know that in my work coaching women, I realized that a lot of what we do is we give up on ourselves because we think we have to take care of everybody else. And we put everyone else first, and so we don't really step into our light and our truth about who we really are and what we really want. And what does happen when we do that is we become diminished in our lives. We feel less powerful. We feel we can't do what we came here to do. We've got lots of self-doubt. And when we give up on our dreams, or we don't even know what our dreams are, then we never really step into the power that we really have to claim our lives and be who we really want to be. And not just want to be, but who we really are. Because who we really are is a spiritual, compassionate being of love. And often that feels like we can't be that in the world. The truth is, we can be that, but we have to, instead of trying to be nice and trying to get along with others and trying to be the source of help for everyone, we actually have to start to become a little more self-concerned. And that's hard for women because they're like, oh no, it feels really selfish if I do that. But the truth is, if you don't do that, you're selling yourself short, and no one is really going to be served by someone who's not happy. These stripes on my face. Anyway, let me move. The point of it is that when we try to take on more work and we help everybody else, but we're not serving ourselves, we are living a diminished life. And I really want to stress that. When I say diminished, it just means that we're not living it to our full power. And power to me is not aggressive. It is love. It comes from the source. And we all know that we can come from the source when we're in touch with ourselves. That's why we meditate. That's why we go into the inner self. In all the retreats and the work that I do, is I always help women find their inner self, because that inner self knows what you need and what you want, and knows how to serve other people in a way that's best for everyone. It's not just for you, okay? And sometimes we really struggle with that because we're trying so hard to be everything to everyone, to be a great mom, to be a great wife or partner. And a lot of that is just our inner voices that we grew up with. I grew up with 9 siblings there's 9 of us in our family. So I had a lot of trying to get along, trying to fit in, trying to make myself not feel out of place or out of sorts. And my tendency was to withdraw and to go up to my room and do art and play music. And that's what gave me solace. But I realize now it's because I was connecting with my real self. But I was trying to avoid the conflict that was going on, in my world and my family, and was very shy in a way, and very reserved. And I realized that's my enemy, is to think that I have to be quiet, or I think that I have to hold back. And it's a tendency I've really worked on. Because I realize that as I progress and step into my power and step into the light of who I really am, that my power really has value. It's not just power, it's the insight that you get from being really completely in touch with yourself. It just makes you want to breathe. So when you breathe, you find that self, you stop the chatter in your head for a moment. And, our culture doesn't really teach us that, but we're learning that, and we're teaching it, hopefully, to our children, to find your inner self and your inner balance. Balance meaning connection. So to me, it's really funny, that we call balance. Like, how do you balance your life? I don't think I can balance my life, but I know I can connect, and I can stop when the chatter's going strong. I can recognize that I'm feeling diminished when I am. I can recognize when I have a fear that's coming up around whatever it is, money or anything. And I think a lot of what we do is we struggle, and we don't challenge the beliefs we're holding. So for me, challenging the belief, writing it down. What is that voice saying to you? Write it down. Think of all those things that your voice is saying to you. That's the inner work that needs to start to happen with you, because once you do that inner work, you become aware. Oh, there's that voice again. It doesn't mean you have to listen to it. In fact, it's better if you learn, oh, there it is again. There it is again. I think I will just relax and let that go. And it's not just that. You do have to do some inner dialoguing with yourself, and to come out of that sense of disempowerment. I'm doing a retreat with my sister coming up, and there's a lot of stuff coming up for me because I'm going to be helping women with their self-esteem, with their sense of value and who they are, and with their inner connection to themselves and their worth. So we've got these three areas, really: your value, your purpose, and your self-esteem. And all of that comes to the head because they're all intertwined. I mean, you can't really separate those three things. But when you know that your spirituality and your success are actually in tandem, they work together. Your success comes from being more spiritual. Your success comes from being more in tune with who you are. Then your life is going to open up. It's going to change from, oh, I can't be spiritual and go out and get, $1 million, or have people create clientele, or ask for what I'm worth at work. And the truth is, when you become more spiritual, you become more successful. Why is that? Because you start to master your mind. You start to master who you are. You master the thoughts that you're thinking. You treat yourself with more respect and more love. You take care of things. You take care of your money better. You take care of your kids better. But you take care of yourself better. And that's the key, is that when you start to really get how much you need to focus on you in order to be free, you might have an enemy thought in your head that says, don't do that, that's too selfish. But the truth is, if you're not being in touch with yourself, you've disconnected from it, right? So you're living a traumatized life if you're disconnected from yourself. And a lot of us are. And that's why we have anxiety. That's why we have depression, because we're not connected to the self. How do you do that? Well, there's lots of ways. There's spiritual paths, of course. Course in Miracles is what worked for me because it gave me a foundation to build my life upon. So I bring that into everything I do. But the debilitating messages are what we have to really face and undo, because until you do, you're going to be stuck. I'm really not here for any other reason but to help you do that. That's my whole purpose, is to help you undo those beliefs, undo those voices, or recognize them and see that they don't have to have any charge or hold on you. Okay? So if this speaks to you, then go to my website if you like. It's called healyourmindhealyourlife.com. It's got a free gift on there that will bring you into a state of creation rather than victim. That's really amazing that you can just do that in it's really 7 steps. I put 10 steps, but it's really 7 steps. It's 7 videos that are going to teach you how to do that. And if you want to come to the retreat, then just message me on this. I'm going to teach you more about it if you'd like. The retreat will catapult you into another way of believing and thinking about yourself. It's really miraculous. You start to think in terms of, how can I change this? Not I can't, but how can I? So it changes a lot of how you think about yourself. And the only reason I do these retreats is to bring women together and to create a sense of power and create a sense of love and joining that we all need and crave, is this connection with each other. And really to change how we believe and what we think, because I know all of us have a certain purpose that we're supposed to fulfill here. And if you don't know what that is, it's a really important thing to find out. Okay, you're not going to feel fulfilled at the end of your life if you haven't found out your purpose. So that's a big reason I do these retreats, because I really want people to know they have a purpose, and you'll discover it at the retreat. If you don't know what it is, that's fine. You're going to discover it. Okay, so if you're a guy and you know of a woman who's struggling with this, please send her my way, healyourmindhealyourlife.com, or monicadubé.com. I really want you to know there's support for you, and there's love, and there's grace, and there's freedom, and you're meant to live with peace and joy within yourself. And you can't do that if you feel disconnected. So I hope this helps you, and I look forward to seeing you. Thank you.